things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the SMU Mustangs taking on a team looking to get into the win column, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Canes will kick it away to start us off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Using his legs, it's Paul. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It's
breaks into the open. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And how about that? A lot of coaches talk about being aggressive and we're going to take shots, but then they get conservative in the game. But first drive, coming out, showing this defense we are not afraid to throw the ball deep. Might keep that defense a little bit more conservative.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Looking to throw, it's Owens. This time he's got it.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Gives it on the option. Runs through a tackle. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
And the Mustangs are on the move. Quarterback will keep it. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
The Mustangs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll run the option. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding a hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him, working away. Nice job being on the same page, getting the first down.
And the Mustangs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback sneak, trying to get a push. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Can the defense stop them again on second? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mustangs!
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Takes a handoff. It's Lyle. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And you want to run the football, right? That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Williams will pass. Makes the grab. It's Moore. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Canes decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. The give on the option. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. That's reeled in. It's Cooper. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously, the politically...
Throws toward the end zone. And it won't make the connection going for the big play.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for your quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pocket breaking down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Wants to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Cooper. Didn't get nearly enough done on third down. He's brought down at the 31-yard line.
And I like the execution by this defense, understanding where the first down marker is. Let him throw the ball short, come up, get him on the ground, forcing a fourth down. Decision time for this offense.
Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. The home team has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. The away team is hanging in there, but they're going to need something to break their way, and soon. They're up by 10 over Louisiana Tech. Implications galore inside CUSA, and we'll circle back should anything big happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. That's caught. It's Pringle. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Lofton. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
The Hurricanes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to adjust the pattern. Gets the back moving. Williams looking for a man. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Past the sticks and still on his feet. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the Hurricanes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Pringle. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Canes want to crank the tempo. Trying to run. It's Pringle. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
And the Canes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man quickly. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll go to the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Williams will pass. It's complete. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, and it'll be first and goal from the 1. They'll try to get it in with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The defense is going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Pringle. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Canes!
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Using the quick game. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The Mustangs in the hurry-up. The run from the shotgun. Still on his feet at the 45. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Football is very easy when the offensive line does their job like that. I mean, look at those holes, back able to make a cut, first down.
To throw, it's Owens. Makes the grab on the left. Lowers that shoulder and delivers the blow. Racing down the left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, SMU! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Pringle. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it downfield. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Return takes it inside the 30, down to the 28 as the defense has them setting up shop from there.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Snagged out of the air. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Here comes the hurry up. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
It'll be third and short from their own 33. To the air. It's Owens. Right down the middle. It's caught. There he goes. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Cooper. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Snagged in the middle. It's Cooper. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. And the Mustangs racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Snap coming before halftime. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. Dead center perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And here's the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. looking to gather a little more strength. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half. So now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Off the play fake. He spins that thing down the middle. He's got it along the sideline. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it threatening. 1st and 10 from the 27. He might want another play. Motion from the back. Williams looking for a man. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. This offense thought they had the defense reeling on its heels, but the D stands tall and comes up with a sack.
Yeah, but why not, right? If I make a big play, I got no problem going back to it. But the defense said, I got you. I understand what you're doing. I know you're going back to it. They were ready for it. They had the answer for it, and they got the QB and got his butt on the ground.
He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few.
Well, the slot receiver's running the in route there, and he does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense right over the middle of the field.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And how about this defense really answering the challenge so far today? This offense, you've seen like last week. I mean, they can throw for touchdowns and big yards and big chunk plays. Defense has answered the call, played the deep ball well, played discipline, making this offense really earn everything they get.
He splits the uprights. That cuts into this deficit. It's now 20-10. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Scanning the field, it's Owens. Caught over the middle, it's Cooper. Jumped on top of the pile.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Knight. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And the Mustangs will line it up on 1st and 10. keeping it on the ground with the single back. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the air, it's Owens. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the wide receiver. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down inbounds. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. Splits the uprights from 56, and he's got 3 on the board. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Owens. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Throws to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Looking for room, it's Pringle. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback making checks. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. That's caught. It's Pringle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. He gets it inside the 20 to the 19, but they still have a ways to go, and it'll be 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Good, right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Syracuse is going to enjoy the trip back to Central New York after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there inside the dome, and suddenly it's quite the resume. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with a W.
Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Owens. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Hurricane. They move on top here in the 4th.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs, impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. And the Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw, it's Hawkins. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. Touchdown, Mustangs! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
And the extra point is good. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires to the wideout. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Williams will pass. Soft spot in the middle. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
That is just what this offense needed, man. A big play down the field, trying to score a touchdown, trying to take the lead late in this football game, but now they don't have to go super fast. They don't have to rush. Great play by this offense.
Looking for space. It's Pringle. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Miami! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And that's a really nice physical run. This is a team that prides themselves on the ability to establish the line of scrimmage. And here we are in the fourth quarter, late in the game. Everyone's tired, and a no-nonsense run. Great push by the offensive line, taking the lead with that touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Using his feet. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. So now it's 2nd and long. Defense looks like they're coming. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. Here in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. They're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. At that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And I like it. Very smart defense, understanding the clock, understanding they're going to try to push the ball down the field. Great job playing deep, breaking on the football, making sure that receiver doesn't catch it. Smart IQ defense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Knight. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
When offenses run these slant routes, it's about putting the ball right on the numbers. And defensively, I got to be able to take those angles right away. See where he's at, break on the football. Poor angles there by the defense. The offense took advantage with some nice yards after the catch.
The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
And the Mustangs have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the 4th quarter and it's a 1-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra 1st downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. Rushes on him. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but then love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Puts it out of the air. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be first and goal.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
They'll run it on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
But when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the goal line. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on fourth and goal. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that will tie the game here in the final minute of play. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Pringle. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Making side adjustments here. Williams looking for a man. He tries to take the top off. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie ball game. You need a stop. What an unbelievable job forcing the interception, creating offensive opportunity for your offense to go out and win this ball game.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down. The clock is really putting the pressure on this offense. Hustling to the line, desperate to get a few more yards. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
And back to the air on second down. He's going to run it. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. The holder will find his spot at the 38-yard line. That means a 48-yarder and a chance to win it. And it's good. He drove it through the uprights. That was fun, and it was big time. And it is a confidence builder to come through waning moments and win a game like that.
Confidence builder, dream maker, right? Those are the things you dreamed about in the backyard, drawing it up with the clock running down. You're going to make the play to win. Your offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, Dave, and that's a tough situation to be in. There's so much pressure on these individual players to have to step up and have to make that big play. But you could see the belief they had in each other, the respect they have for each other, and now moving forward, this is a huge confidence builder for this team.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.